I want to talk about because we were talking about how bad events, is the only time we now come and see each other. That would have definitely been caused, obviously from jealousy, pride, not accepting defeat, and not and just not just apologizing when little things happen.
Yeah.
Which is basically a lack of support. Talk about that, and why is it so common in our community?
Man, the Kamal, I can't even. The reason it's common is because like people see what somebody else has, and they want to be in that position,
Yeah,
and like you don't realize how much work that person has put in to be there. So you just see yourself, at the result, just at the end of like the hard work,
yeah,
because you haven't been there, you haven't been through the process. So the fact that this guy is shining now, you just want the light because he's at that level where he's getting all these things, and just out of spite, out of jealousy, you want to take him out. And because it's complicated, but when it really comes down to it, is that guy is winning and you're not.
yeah.
So you're at the point where like, nah, like that should be me, but you haven't really like
Yeah,
put that work in.
yeah. It's so funny because a lot of like it's people go like, "Oh, well, that's unfair. Why does he get or she have that and I don't have that?" Or how did they get there and how did they get there? It's like, but you're not looking at exactly how and what they took, what they did to get there.
Their path is different to yours.
Yeah.
So basically, you just have to, even that, you have to ask that person,
Yeah,
these uncomfortable questions like, hey, put me on game.
yeah,
Like, okay, like what's the steps? And then a true friend would be like, this is how I did it.
yeah,
And like, let's do it that way. Because if you do it like this, it's gonna take you much longer.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, let me help you out and help you come up and be like, hey, look, I did this, it didn't work out. So my advice to you is like, do it that way, and you're gonna be a step closer than you think because you're taking the long route.
How do you think we could change that narrative of people not supporting each other, but then supporting someone that is famous and posting everything about that person they don't know or the person don't even know them? How can we change that in the community, and how can we start supporting each other again?
It's just through unity, being able to come together as a group, plan, brainstorm, and just work together as a team, because there's no I in team. And if we do that together, we can all shine, we can all benefit from it, because every other group of society has done it,
Yeah, definitely.
like if you look at the Japanese, the Indians, the Lebanese,
The Italians,
the Italians,
the Vietnamese.
all of them, right? So they were able to compromise
Yeah,
and be like, look, it's better if we do it together.
yeah,
And once we drop that, like as a South Sudanese community, man, we're gonna be on top, because
yeah,
like the generation that we're in right now, like we are our own goats. Like we're goats in every different field, and if we can like network together, because we all know someone that has a skill, that has a talent that hasn't been put out there.
yeah,
So, getting these different minds together, and such as like business conferences, working together as a group, as a collective, and being able to share ideas and come together and help one another get to that level that we want to, is exceptionally great, and it will do wonders in the future.
yeah. What's examples of things we could do to share to share love, to support each other, to show that we were trying? What's examples of stuff that we can do or start off with?
An example of that would be just showing up.
Yeah,
Like if you show up and your friend realizes that you're there and you're giving them your time, then that will mean a lot to him or to her, because just being able to sacrifice your time because that's like the most valuable thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So if you sacrifice your time for a better cause, then you've already like made that first step.
Yeah. Showing up is so important, man. You know, before we're talking about like sporting events and how amazing it would be if our parents come up and show up and because if you see someone come to see you, you know, you feel so much appreciated, and you'll try to do your best because that person, you know, took the time out of their
Yeah.
day to come and watch you.
Yeah. Yeah. Just on that note, just being able to show up and be there, such as you know, young kids like right now in the that are coming up in the Sudanese community, they are traveling to their games, to the activities, whatever it may be. It could be piano lessons, gymnastics, homework club, Bible study, and so on. And the parents are not even there. They're not even taking them, you know, taking them there, like,
Yeah.
you know, by car. Like kids are catching transport to go to the games on a Friday night, like 6 o'clock, 8:30, 9:30, and then they expect them to come home early. Like, how you gonna expect the kid to come home early when he's traveling by train, by bus,
Yeah.
by V line, by tram as well? All, you know, all those different means of transport. But then there's a vehicle at home, just sitting in, you know, in the garage or in the,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh. But they're teaching us responsibilities. I get that, but why can't you be there? Because
Yeah.
you've raised them, and you want them to stay out of trouble. So, you know, on those kind of times, like that's when the trouble really
Yeah.
like picks up. You know, on a Friday night.
Man, that's actually really big. I don't really think of that as well. Like, you know, how long it takes for them to get to the event that they're going to, and just the safety, you know, reasons out of that. Just like they would be a lot safer if you just drive them there
Yeah.
and just support them. Just in general, that would be amazing. But yeah, I think that's something we definitely need to do and talk about more. I reckon supporting them and what they like doing.
And just encourage them.
Yeah.
Just ask them like, hey, what do you like?
Yeah.
And don't be shy. Don't tell them nah. Like they might tell you.